Now we are on Canto 3, Part 1. This is Chapter 5. It's a new chapter we are going to start today. Now, when we are doing this Chapter 5, we have to understand where we came from the last chapter. So, here you will find that Vidura, who is going all over India because he has been kicked out of his kingdom, and he meets a very good friend of Sri Krishna on the way, and that is Uddhava. And Uddhava gives him the news of what has happened in the last few years. And then he says, I don't have the time because he has to go to Badrikashram. And he proceeds on the journey to Badrikashram. So Vidura had asked him, what is it that Sri Krishna taught you in the last days of his? So Vidura says that can you please explain that to me? But Uddhava says that I don't have that much amount of time because I have been instructed to go to Badrikashram and meet the Naranarayan over there and continue my journey. So your job is to go and ask Maitreya Muni, who is on the banks of Ganga river, they are only close by. Go and talk to him. He will be better qualified to give you the answer. The reason being, Maitreya Muni is the person who was speaking to Sri Krishna before Uddhava approached him. Okay? So Maitreya Muni has the knowledge and the understanding of whatever Sri Krishna wanted to convey. So that is the reason why Vidura has been instructed like this by Uddhava. So Vidura then has to travel towards this destination called Haridwar. Haridwar is a place where the great Muni is having his ashram. So this is, Haridwar is some distance away from the place where these people were, and he has to travel to that place. So now let us continue with this new chapter where we are going to get some amount of spiritual understanding. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 5, Verse 1. Sukadev said, Vidur, the best among the Kuru dynasty, who was perfect in the devotional service of the Lord, thus reached the source of the celestial Ganga river, Haridwar, where Maitreya, the great fathomless learned sage of the world, was seated. Vidura, who is perfect in gentleness and satisfied in transcendence, inquired from him. Vidura said, verse 2, O great sage, everyone in the world engages in fruitive activities to attain happiness. But one finds neither satiation nor the mitigation of distress. On the contrary, one is aggravated by such activities. Please therefore give us direction on how one should live for real happiness. I think this is a question every person is searching for, isn't it? Where can I find real happiness? This idea that we find real happiness in this world, you go to any of these, scriptures, books, and people who talk on the YouTube and all, you will understand them, they have absolutely zero knowledge, okay? They are talking about, family is the greatest thing in the world. Okay, number one. In their world, to be with the family is the highest of the happiness. I want you to watch all those, movies that are available for Christmas. You will find that everybody is miserable. And for Thanksgiving also. Now Thanksgiving is there around the corner. The whole family is so miserable. The son doesn't want to meet the father and the mother. The daughter is gone away from the house. You take some of the biggest of the families also. Look at Elon Musk and his daughter. Okay. Look at, all these great people that we are speaking of in this world. The presidents, prime ministers, rich people in the world. Look at their sons and daughters. They are against them. What is this family that we are talking about? What happiness are you going to get with your family? I don't understand. See, you get momentary happiness. Okay? Now you might have asked your wife to make something. Okay? Let us make this. And she doesn't even go to the kitchen. She doesn't even bother doing anything. And then when it is time to have lunch, she will say, can we order it from takeout or somewhere? How does that sound to you? So is this called happiness? When you tell your son something, your son is least interested in listening to you in the first place. So this happiness which we seem to have from the parents, from your spouses, from the children, from your relatives, from the family members, from your friends, is so short-lived. That is not permanent happiness at all. And then we think that money will give us happiness. The richest person in the world is the most unhappiest person in the world. Look at all the rich people. If there is a rich person and if he has to do something, he may paint his toilet seat also with gold plate. Or he may create that kind of a thing in his world. There are people who own hundreds of Rolls Royce. Okay? There are people in this world. Some people celebrate their birthday on a big yacht. Some people will go to some very fancy location. I mean, just imagine. You are going to a fancy location, and somewhere in Switzerland, let us say. You go over there, in the cold you are wearing some fancy clothes, you may be doing your skiing, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, 30 days. After that what? You are back to where you are. The hottest place on earth, the coldest place on earth. And you think that you have enjoyed your life. Enjoyed your life with what? So the richness also doesn't give you any happiness. If you have little money in your bank also, somebody is there out to take it away from you. Think about it. People have invested so much thinking that, I will make billions in these bitcoins and all that. Look at the way how bitcoins have crashed. Who can tell what is going to happen? The markets go up, the markets come down. Then you say that I want to buy fancy houses. I'm sure you have seen in California the entire area got burned down. What fancy houses? The White House has been redesigned today with gold plate. It is 22 karat gold has been put in the paint over there. Go take a look. Last week there was an interview. In that interview, the president was showing the Golden Palace, White House, where we are going to be happy looking at it. Tomorrow a new president will come, he will remove all that and he will make it into Silver Palace or maybe platinum. Then what happens? You have bought a very fancy desk for yourself, very beautiful desk. That desk is very expensive. It's an antique. It's from the King George times. Really? King George died and went away. Who cares for that desk? After you are there in the office for a few days, then you are going to go out of that place. What is the point of that desk? Tell me. Every 2 years, 3 years, you buy one fancy, computer for yourself. iMac, this, that. 2 years later, it has become old, you chuck it. Buy a new one. You think that is happiness? So here he says, Vidura is saying, I know that this whole world is engaged in fruitive activities, Every day they are engaged in doing something or the other, in making money, having sex, all kinds of things. You see those tapes which are going to come out in the few days. What is going to be the case? Well, the previous person also was like this only, isn't it? So what big deal has anybody done in that? They are all falling for lust and greed. Does it give happiness? When you cross a certain age in your life, you have to have dignity. You need to feel nice about yourself. You have to, take a relaxed attitude because you are anyway going to die very soon. And this death is inevitable. There is no saying that, there is going to be a death. Some people in this world recognize these things and they understand and then they follow it. I was reading somewhere, okay, this is a very interesting thing, listen to it. Somebody asked this question to Elon Musk. He says, you must be highly motivated. You are a motivated person. How do you get your motivation? So he looks at him and says, what motivation? I don't have any motivation. No, but you seem to be highly motivated when you do something. He said, think about what I said. I do something and I get it done. I must be highly motivated is what you are saying. Sir, it's a job. See, look at it. It's just a job. I just have to do that job. Why do I need motivation to do the job? It's a performance of an action, isn't it? You know who requires motivation? Somebody who doesn't want to do the job. Are you understanding these statements or no? Somebody who doesn't want to do the job, somebody who feels, this is such a painful thing, why do I need to do this? This is so worthless. A negative person, a person who doesn't want to attempt anything, requires motivation to perform an action which is a natural action. Are you understanding this? If you are working in a company, you are supposed to do a job. The job may be just drawing lines across the paper, That is a job, suppose. You think that's a boring thing. It is not leading me to anything. Why do I need to just draw lines on the paper? Why do I need to do this in my life? I am such a miserable person. I have never achieved anything in life. See how he is saying. The person doesn't understand if just the drawing of lines is giving him a salary. Isn't that more than enough? Think about it. Why do you require motivation to draw a line? Okay, there is a craft paper available, craft paper. Okay, these Japanese, they love to make these kind of things. And there in Japan, there are villages and villages and villages in all these places. You can go to any of the YouTube channels and see for yourself. At one place, they are making paper, handmade paper. That person is doing a simple job of dipping that, sieve in a solution and taking it out and creating the paper. But the person is doing it so religiously. Same job over and over and over and over again. Why does he require motivation? It's a job, isn't it? If you have to cook in the house, why do you think it is a painful experience? Are you understanding this? Why does it feel that you are doing something great? When you have to get up in the morning, why is it that you have to, feel that, oh, I get up in the morning, I woke up very early. What is the need for even saying those words? It's a part of your job. Get up in the morning. Do your morning ablutions, whatever they might be. Do your prayers. Do your devotion. Eat at the right time. Sleep at the right time. Do your duty. I require motivation to get up. Why? Why does a person need motivation to get up? I need motivation to perform simple actions in my life. Where is happiness going to come to a person who feels that they are demotivated? I hope you are getting these answers. It's a job, it's something that you got to do. If you have to brush your teeth, why is that ugly face of yours over there? What is this? You don't even have life in you? Think about it. It is something which is very important for every human being to understand. There is no need of motivation for anybody. Not required. Just do your duty, just do your job, just that much only. All the blue zones of the world. Are there blue zones in the world? You know that or you don't know that? So there are blue zones in the world. People live for 90, 100, 115, 200, 120 years and so on. Why are they living like that? They do everything even at the age of 110 and 112, clockwork precision. They are doing exactly the same thing over and over and over and over. If they have to eat noodles, rice noodles, they eat rice noodles throughout their life. They are not going to any gyms. Okay, please understand. They don't go to gyms. They don't go to any playgrounds. They don't play anything. They may be fishermen or they may be just farmers. And they have their, parties and stuff like that. In that they have a glass of wine and all that stuff. It's a simple wine made in that village. Everything is available. The rice is grown in the village. The fish is available there itself. They have their fishing nets and all that. Everything is available. So they are self-contained. They just do their jobs. That's it. That is happiness. But this happiness is never understood. Thinking that I have to do a painful job. Your life itself is a painful existence, isn't it? How many people think their life is painful? I think all people over here will say the same thing. My life is worthless. My life is painful. I don't feel like living. I don't know when I'm going to die. Okay? I have got body ache. I have got pain. I have got this. I don't know why I go to work. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have money. All kinds of unhappiness. So, one finds neither satisfaction nor mitigation of distress. Any distress that is there in your world, you don't find mitigation for that. Every day is a painful existence. It's a very strange phenomena across the world. Nobody seems happy. You are living a life. And yesterday also I had to tell. Imagine Krishna is making lunch for you. He is doing so many things. Anybody's life it is there? No. Getting groceries, doing this, doing that like an ordinary person. And yet you feel my life is miserable. I don't have this, I don't have that. But what you have is greater than anything in the world, isn't it? I mean, just imagine. Sri Krishna is serving you. tea, coffee or something. Do you think it is greater than meeting even the President of America or Prime Minister of India? Yes or no? Answer that question. It is. I think it is the best thing in the world. Here Maitreya Muni is craving for it. Vidura is craving for it. And yet they don't get it. On the contrary, one is aggravated by such activities. Please therefore give us direction how one should live for real happiness. The real happiness is what everybody has to live for, isn't it? Verse 3. O my Lord, great philanthropic souls travel on the earth on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. What do great sages and saints do? Some great sages and saints, they may stay in one place like Ramana Maharshi stayed in Tirunamalai. But there are great sages and saints and masters like Dattatreya, Parshuram. They travel the world. And wherever they go, they spread this joy of happiness in everybody's life. They meet everybody. They talk about what it means to be with God. Understand? So great souls travel to different places. And then they spread their joy across the world. Therefore, great sage, please give me instructions of the transcendental devotional service to the Lord, so that He who is situated in the heart of everyone can be pleased to impart from within knowledge of the absolute truth in terms of ancient Vedic principles, delivered only to those who are purified by the process of devotional service. Only people who are purified by devotional service. That means what? Devotion and service together. Be a devotee of Sri Krishna and perform seva. The performance of seva is so important. In your life, ask yourself this question. How many people are you helping in this world? If you ask this question, you will be amazed to know that you are not even doing anything. You are only helping yourself. You earn money so that you can eat good food, you can stay in a good place, you can enjoy your life, you have a family, you have to tend to your family, you have to take care of them. That is all that you do. Devotion will help you reach out to other people in the world. It will tell you that there are lots of people in this world, there are so many souls which are going without food also on a daily basis. You know, the biggest thing that you can ever do to a person is to provide for food. Do you know this? The biggest charity in the world. You have to do somewhere. These souls are there. So he is talking about the great sages. They give instructions of this devotional service to everyone. How do you do devotion to Sri Krishna? This is what they teach everyone. Okay? So in our satsangs also, what am I doing on a day-to-day basis? My job is to teach you devotional service. Service which the Lord is going to be pleased with you. He will be with you forever. It's only when you do this that He is living in the heart of everyone. The devotional service is to this great God who lives in the heart of everyone. And knowing the absolute truth. The truth is very, very important to know. Think, we are here in this world to serve the mankind, to teach them that there is God within all of us. And we have to rise above our dirty nature, that we have to become pure. By doing this devotional service, looking at the God within that other person in front of you and serving Him. Do you understand? Service is so very important. and that too a devotee doing the service, he will definitely reach Sri Krishna. And that is what is mentioned in the Vedas and all these ancient scriptures. Not just in our scriptures. Please understand, the same thing is valid in all other scriptures as well. What do you think the Christians are doing? Are they devotees or no? Are they performing yoga or what? They stand on their head? Have you ever seen a Christian do that or a Muslim do that? These are two greatest religions in the world. Have you ever seen any other person do that? No. They are only devotees. A devotee does not have to perform any yoga in this and that. No, nothing required. So they perform their regular activities of going to church, going to the mosque and whatever, and praying to their God. Father in heaven, Jesus Christ and Allah. That's what they do. And just do service. I have seen Christians do service to mankind. In India, I have gone to a Christian school. I can tell you this much, that the education was minimal. That means they were not charging the earth as fees. The fees were so minimal. In first standard, I paid 1 rupee fee. In 10th standard, I paid 10 rupees fee. But 10 rupees fee was paid, okay. But I was a scholarship student, so the government gave me all the money. So in the whole year, we spent around 10 rupees into 12. Okay, 120 rupees education in my SSC. That is in the 11th standard, not your 10th standard. And the government paid me 250 rupees scholarship. Can you imagine that? So every year I would get scholarship. Even in my college, I never paid any fees. The legacy left behind by the Christian church is this. If you get into an English school, you get good education. I am not promoting anything over here. I am just telling you that after being educated at such low cost, when I came to Bangalore, I went to different schools. I went to a school where the principal of the school was haggling with me for money. He said, give me 1.5 lakhs for your son's education. He said, started with the figure of 1.5 lakhs. I said, I don't have the money. Oh, give me 1 lakh at least. Or at least give me 50,000 rupees. Finally, he came to 25,000 rupees. I said, I'm sorry, I don't have 25,000 rupees also for you. The principal of one of the biggest schools here was haggling with me for money. And then I put my son in a school where the fees were some 250 rupees. That is it. It was so amazing because that fee was very, very minimal. And that too, it was a Christian school. Okay, and the education was really good. So our job is to serve mankind. How many people have you served in your days? Have you educated anybody besides yourself or your family members? So this is what we have to do. The great sages went across the world and then they taught people. Okay. I have been doing this teaching for last so many years now, online. Because this is today the way how things are. So teaching online is so very important. So here, they are desireless Lord of the three worlds and the control. Here, O great sage, kindly narrate how Sri Krishna, who is independent, desireless Lord of the three worlds and the controller of energy, accepts incarnations and creates the cosmic manifestation with perfectly arranged regulative principle for its maintenance. This is verse 5. So here Vidura is asking Maitreya Muni, can you start from the point where the great Lord of this entire creation, Sri Krishna, why does he take these simple forms and comes on this earth as a very simple human being so that he can do the same thing which he is told others to do? See, the question that I was asked is, why are we here? This question was asked. Answer is here. Sri Krishna comes on this planet Earth to establish his credentials. Okay, number one. Number two, he teaches the world. That is it. And puts the thing back in place of dharma. Beyond that, there is nothing else to do. What did Jesus Christ do? What did he do? Well, Jesus Christ, he came from a very poor family of a carpenter, isn't it? He was born in the smallest place on earth, like this, think like that. He was born in a manger. A manger. And then from there, he went and he met all the great sages and saints who were traveling in this place. And then later on, he went to these places and started giving talks. Isn't it true? Later on, what did he do? He gathered few disciples with himself. Few, just a few. And these disciples went with him only up to a certain point. But he gave the talks to everybody. Right? That is the reason why he came. Establishing something. Christianity was not established when he was there. Christianity was established after he had passed away. Please remember these words. Understand what I am talking about. It is the same thing with Buddhism also. Buddha came in this world, got disgusted with his life as a king's son, ran away from his place, went and sat under a tree, got enlightened, went along the path, made a few disciples, and then he stayed in an ashram teaching everybody. That is all he did. Teaching the whole world, establishing the credentials. Got it or no? This is all that great people do. They teach. They spread joy. They spread, nicety around the world. The goodness that is spread. That is all that they do. Got it? They don't do, like building castles or something like that. No, they are not going to do any of those things. They don't put $1 billion in their bank account. You think Jesus Christ had $1 billion? There was no dollars also that time. Kopecks maybe. It was not there. Nobody was having that much money. Buddha gave away his entire kingdom. Got it or no? Look at all these great people. They did this. They never gathered people around and made some billions. No. Nobody was interested. They spoke from a simple place. Like the Sermon on the Mount is so very important, isn't it? Have you ever heard it? Go and read it. Maybe you will find some knowledge in that. Go and read the sutras of Buddha. You will understand what I am talking about. And here we are talking about Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna comes on this planet Earth so that he can teach mankind. He just teaches. Ask yourself this question. Since you know so much about Krishna, whom did he teach? Are you understanding this? What he gave as simple teaching to, the Pandavas, okay, to Arjuna, that, no? Bhagavad Gita. We today abide by Bhagavad Gita. And here the way of life is through what is called as the Uddhav Gita, which we are going to do. Srimad Bhagavatam. So, please understand, this is what is important to do. You don't have to go around in, 100 Rolls Royce. No, you don't have to do any of those things. So just teaching the way of life is all that is needed. Please remember this. This is what Jesus Christ did. This is what Buddha did. This is what we are supposed to do. Sri Krishna is the one who is telling us the way of life, how we have to lead. And this is what Vidur has gone to ask Maitreya, how to be happy in this world. Tell me the way of life. He lies down in his own heart, spread in the form of the sky, and thus placing the whole creation in that space, he expands himself into many living entities which are manifested as different species of life. He does not have the endeavor for his maintenance because he is the master of all mystic powers and the proprietor of everything. Thus he is distinct from the living entities. He is just describing Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is the person who has created this whole universe. He doesn't have to go to every individual person and do what is needed. It is all in automation. It's literally happening. Tuck, 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 tuck. Everything happens in that systematic manner. Everybody has been given some duty. Everybody has been given a certain life story. They are supposed to lead it from the beginning to the end. And they are going to be creating different bodies for themselves, following the path as laid down. Think like this. There is a maze. Have you heard of a maze? M-A-Z-E? So when there is a maze and there is one cheese somewhere in the center and the rat is supposed to go and find the cheese, correct? Think. Is the maze already there? Yes or no? The maze is already existing. The cheese is also there. The rat is only supposed to keep on going and finding that place, right? Exactly like how this world is. The world has been created with all the pros and the cons and the rights and the wrongs and this and that. Some places the rat cannot move, so he has to go backwards again, isn't it? You know how the rat goes in the maze, no? He has to find the right path to go there. So at some point, he is stuck up in one place. So he has to go back again to search for the next route. In the similar manner, human beings have been programmed. Some point they are getting stuck up. So they have to go back and they start all over again. So it is like that. It's a journey. And this journey goes on and on and on and on and on. The Lord is not even interfering in it. It is all in automation. You do this, you will get this. If you don't do this, you won't get this. If you do this, you are going to go to this place. If you do that, if you are going to go to that place. So everything is charted out. All the plans and everything has been literally written. Like how a game is already written. Think. You know how the moves have to be done in chess, no? In a similar manner, all the moves have already been created. How you're going to get benefit or you're going to get negatives in your life, it's already written. And if you get negatives, then you have to go back and start again, and it's a journey. So he has already set the journey for all the living entities. But Sri Krishna himself, he is having all the mystic powers. He is capable of doing anything, but he doesn't actually do much. He has just set the ball rolling. That's it. Okay, verse 7. You can narrate also these auspicious characteristics of the Lord in different incarnations for the welfare of twice born, the cows and the demigods. Our minds are never satisfied completely, although we continuously hear of his transcendental activities. So here he is saying, can you please tell me about the Lord, how he is placed, what kind of different avatars that he is going to take, and in all these different avatars that he is going to take, what exactly is going to happen, what is his appearance going to be, so that we can listen to the stories and we can proceed further. The Supreme King of all kings has created different planets and places of inhabitation where living entities are situated in terms of the modes of nature and work, and he has created the different kings and the rulers. So what has he done? He has created different types of creatures, animals, birds and all these creatures, and these living entities are there situated in different locations. Now there are some great people in this world. If you go to YouTube and ask this, go and see how people talk about reincarnation. There is some person who says, oh, in my past life I was this person, in the past life I was this person, and before that I was this person. You are mistaken over here. Sir, if you are such a great person, okay, you are some, Babaji on the internet, who told you that you are a human being in your past life? And then you are giving human births 4 times backwards? Even Buddha never said that he was a human being in previous life. You know that? In some life he was a horse, in some life he was an elephant, in some life he was some creature. If a great person like Buddha, the Lord Almighty, is saying that in my previous life I was X, Y and Z, I was not a human being, how can an idiot like you, who is talking on YouTube and all these places, be having a human life in the past one? I don't think it is correct. So these people are faking it. Don't fall for this kind of fakers. Nobody has got a human birth prior to what you are having today. It is written in the scriptures. It is by a tremendous amount of, the things that you have to do that you may get a human birth. So this time you are human, and if you are going to be some idiot in your life, not interested, only interested in money or interested in sleeping around and doing whatever nonsensical stuff, next life what are you going to be? You're going to be a pig. You're going to be a donkey. You understand what I'm saying? It's not necessary that you are going to be a human being. Why are you interested in ruining your life? I hope you get this answer. Maitreya Muni. You know Maitreya Muni? We are talking about him. You will be amazed to know that he did something wrong in his life as a god. Okay? Maitreya Muni was a Yamdev. You know who is Yamdev, no? And Yamdev made a mistake. So from God, he became a human being. Are you getting that point or no? You think you are a human being because in your last life you are a human being? I don't think so. So kindly pay attention to this and do not destroy your life. Okay, so here he says, he has created different planets, places of inhabitation where living entities are situated in terms of the modes of nature and work. It is called the modes of nature. This is something I was explaining to Rajma in the morning today. You know what I said to her? I told her, think like this. If there is a lioness, I saw this video. If the lioness is there, she is catching a buffalo. Okay. And all the buffaloes, they come charging towards her, but she is able to push them out. Finally, she is eating that buffalo, that small kid. Okay. While she is doing that, about 20 hyenas surround her. Hyenas, hyenas, no? They surround her. And she is able to eat only little. She kills that buffalo, but the hyenas come and drive her away. And then the hyenas eat that dead animal. So the answer is this. Every animal, every human being has been given a nature and work. Nature and work. So the hyenas will never eat a living creature. You know this? Hyenas, vultures don't eat living creatures. Only when they are dead will they attack it. You see, they only go after carcasses. You know what a carcass is? A dead animal. The job of a lioness is to catch hold of some prey and then eat it only when she is hungry. Otherwise, she will not even care. Oh, is she driven by her nature or no? Is that hyena also driven by their nature or no? So you will find that every person, human being also, you are driven by your nature. If your nature is tamasic, you are going to be lazy. You are not even going to do anything. You will feel tired and angry and upset and all that. If you are a Rajasic person, for no rhyme or reason you will get angry. You are never going to see good in this world. You are only interested in benefits. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. That is what a Rajasic person will do that. A Sattvic person will only see goodness in this world. Even in the worst case scenario, that person will still say everything is so good. Because that is the nature. So human beings also have a nature. God has made it in their nature and work. And everybody has been given a work to do. Human beings do not do their work. Okay, driven by their nature, they also become lazy. Now imagine next life what it is going to be. If this life you are lazy born, next life you are going to be getting a body which is going to be like that only, like that. What kind of a body you think you are going to get? You have already earned that body over there. If you are a cunning person, next life you are going to become a fox or jackal or something like that, isn't it? So this is all dependent. And he has created these different kings and rulers. Now there are these rulers. Sometimes people say, why is this fellow the president or why is that fellow the prime minister of some country? It's none of your business. God has put him over there. Are you not understanding? No, he is incapable. She is incapable. They can't do this. No, sorry. You don't understand. It is God who has put this person over there. He may be lazy bone. He may be whatever. There is a rule which he has put it and that person is going to be there. So we have come to the end of verse 8. We will stop over here for today. All right.
Recording stopped.